Dreams about snakes. One of the most common animals found in dreams is the snake. Snakes are complicated symbols because they can have both positive and negative meanings. To understand the significance of the snake in your dream, it is important to consider your own personal experiences with snakes and how the snake is viewed in your culture. For example, if you keep a snake as a pet, then the dream will have a different meaning for you than a person who hates snakes or are terrified of them. The snake is also a strong symbol in many cultures, and thus your cultural background can play an important factor in how your snake dream is interpreted. Rattlesnake dream. To dream of a rattlesnake can mean a few different things. If you hear the rattler and you don't see the rattlesnake itself, that is a good sign that for something you have done wrong in your past, you will be able to rectify it, or someone will be able to make it up to you. If you get bitten by a rattlesnake, it is a very bad omen that you have a serious fight ahead of you and you need to be prepared to fight for what you want in your life. To just see one is a sign of warning, and you need to head it, so that you won't have to fight. Seeing a green snake in your dream indicates a misunderstanding. It also symbolizes someone who is not as bad as you had assumed. When a green snake shows up in a dream, it typically symbolizes the resurgence of the dreamer's connection with oneself. The meanings associated with green, especially when featured in a snake dream, are about nature, the earth, going back to what is true to you. In addition, the symbolism of the color green points to emotions and feelings, including hope and heartfelt connections. The dream interpretation should take into account any other personal associations you make with this color. Dream meaning summary. Bringing forth again aspects of yourself that have been neglected or ignored. Connection with nature and earth energies. Time of personal growth, development, especially associated with emotions. A call for heartfelt relationship with someone, something in your life or oneself. Hope, quietness, healing. Jealous feelings that have been ignored or repressed. Any personal associations you make with the color green. A snake in the house dream explanation. If a snake is seen entering a Prabandh house, then this represents his womenfolk and close relatives who are his enemies. If seen leaving his house, then they are his distant relatives who are his enemies. The dead snake indicates that despite any problems you have in life, you can combat and overcome the most adverse situations. If you see a dead snake floating on a lake or in the sea or any type of water, is a suggestion that two people are going to give you some sound advice going forward. To see a dead snake in the bathtub is associated with the fact that you feel threatened at times. This could be in connection with the career or in a friendship group. In ancient dream dictionaries, a dead snake is a positive omen. The snake itself represents rebirth in life. There is a connection that the snake is associated with deception, and there is a belief that the snake plays a prominent part in our subconscious mind. As a live snake indicates deception and discontentment. When this reptile is found to be dead in the dream state, a snake dream is transported into a more positive omen. Dreaming about a snake attack. A wild animal like a snake that attacks you in a dream could point to a situation that feels unsafe or threatening in your waking life. The dream may be an expression of a strong discomfort, worry, or even fear as you are being confronted with a challenging situation. Dreaming of a snake attack signifies that you are not fully acknowledging these feelings or the situation and need to pay more attention to it. The snake attack is an indication of the need to take care of whatever is triggering resistance in a more conscious manner. In other words, One of the main meanings of the dream is to face and explore what in your waking life is perceived as a threat and find ways to deal with it before it strikes. Dreaming of a snake attack could be an expression of the fear of taking risks in an uncertain environment. The serpent represents the fear of risking too much and getting hurt. The attack is an expression of the hesitancy, inner resistance towards making a move in a sensitive situation where you felt that every move on your part could be perceived as an attack by someone else or, in turn, trigger an attack towards you. You need to examine if there's a situation in your waking life where you need to take action and move carefully in order to bring a resolution. The dream may point to a relationship where you are walking on eggshells. It may also indicate that you need to take some risks and perhaps get bitten in the process in order to move forward. Big snake dream meaning. Snakes, in general, are often associated with a sign of bad luck in life. Although logic cannot prove it, a dream dictionary states that a snake in dreams can indeed come true. Dream Dictionary mentions that this dream is foreseen as a warning to us all about temptation, particularly on issues related to romance. Also, here is the meaning of big snake in dreams as follows. To see a big snake in the house. If you see a big snake in the house, this can be interpreted as a sign that the coming disruption hit your household's sustainability. This dream has a significant impact on your life. It also gives a warning that your spouse is betraying you, having an affair with someone else. Therefore, you should be more vigilant in react. Seek to create harmony in the household so that this problem can be passed. To see a big snake in the river. Seeing a big snake is swimming in the river can be an evil symbol of your economic life. This dream is a reminder that your efforts will decrease. You will have trouble economically, as the land snake is difficult to swim in the water. Take a lesson from this dream. Learn to be frugal. Start from today, tomorrow, and beyond. Dream about snake eggs. To find a nest filled with eggs in your dream signifies some financial gain. The more abundant and bigger the eggs, the more significant the gain. To see cracked or broken eggs in your dream denotes that you will suffer from many disappointments and misfortunes. It is indicative of a fragile state in your life and feelings of vulnerability. Alternatively, you may be breaking out of your shell and being comfortable with who you are. To see bright colored eggs in your dream symbolizes celebration of a happy event. To dream of rotten eggs signifies loss. You may have allowed some situation to take a turn for the worse. To see fish eggs in your dream represents an idea that has emerged from your unconscious. To see a snake or be bitten by one in your dream signifies hidden fears and worries that are threatening you. Your dream may be alerting you to something in your waking life that you are not aware of or that has not yet surfaced. The snake may also be seen as phallic and thus symbolize dangerous and forbidden sexuality. The snake may also refer to a person around you who is callous, ruthless, and can't be trusted. As a positive symbol, snakes represent transformation, knowledge, and wisdom. It is indicative of self-renewal and positive changes. As for eggs, to see or eat eggs in your dream symbolizes fertility, birth, and your creative potential. It indicates that something new is about to happen. Snake dreams during pregnancy. Snake dreams during pregnancy are not to be feared. If this reptile appears in your sleep while you're pregnant, the interpretation of this powerful symbol may give you useful information about your own thoughts or feelings about the changes that are occurring. Dreaming of a snake could also mean that you are being warned about potential events that may affect your pregnancy in positive or perhaps negative ways. No matter what the content of the snake dream is, analyze your dream with caution and flexibility, paying attention to various meanings as to not draw conclusions too fast that would be overbearing. If a snake appears in a dream while you are pregnant, it indicates the possibility of a conflict between your conscious self, preoccupied with conforming to social norms or cultural or family traditions, and your spirit or inner drive that is more instinctual, moved by your own rhythms and passions. The snake could represent habits or patterns of behavior that are brought to your attention by the pregnancy. Depending on whether the presence of the snake in your dream is threatening or associated with positive feelings, the dream can be interpreted in different ways. If the dream has negative connotations, the snake is a representation of patterns, beliefs, or value system that are limiting for you. They may be your own beliefs or some that are conveyed by your family or your social or cultural environment. If the dream has positive connotations, the snake represent an opportunity to discover yourself, perhaps new ideas about who you are, about your life and the world. The snake could be interpreted as a representation of your own instincts, perhaps even your own inner guidance system. Pay attention to what the snake is showing you in the dream, if it has a message. If you dream about snakes surrounding you, but you manage to kill them all, then you can rest easy. This is because the dream indicates that you will be able to conquer all your enemies, troubles, and worries. If you emerge victorious over the snakes, then you will experience the same thing in your waking life. It can symbolize abundance or shortage, depending on the overall feel of your dreams. In Egypt, snakes represent sovereignty and royalty, which is why they are seen on the crowns of pharaohs and queens. So it's not a surprise that snakes everywhere also denote abundance in wealth, energy, and sexuality, some of which you may be unaware of. This requires that you fully express or acknowledge abundance in your life. A dream of snakes everywhere is also a revelation of what is lacking in your life, and what would be great to have an abundance of. Seeing snakes everywhere could mean that there are overwhelming concerns that are disrupting your peace of mind and your personal space. Identify which environment in your waking life you experience an invasion of privacy, or the absence of peace. If a snake dream involves snakes everywhere in your bedroom, then you may be experiencing issues related to sexuality, intimacy, or even relaxation. If the snakes are everywhere around the house, then your personal space is being disrespected and invaded. You would need to strongly define your personal boundaries as a solution. If you dream of walking over snakes everywhere, this indicates that you will experience constant fear of sickness, deception, or betrayal. Unless, of course, if you manage to confront your fears head-on. It is better to have a dream of seeing snakes, but you were able to step on them, rather than just walk over them. As a symbol of healthcare, a snake dream can also mean that there is a healing process going on. What is being healed or needs to be healed will be revealed through the various elements in a dream. Snakes shedding their skin, for example, symbolizes a rebirth or a renewed life. It would also help if you can identify the most dominating color in your dream. Dreaming of snakes everywhere can have different meanings, depending on other elements present. One vital aspect, however, is the overall feel of your dream. Were you frightened, surprised, or happy seeing snakes in dream? In the case of the healing process, you should identify how the snakes in your dream are pointing to what needs healing. Dreaming of snakes in water. Dreaming of a snake in water relates to your emotions and how elemental feelings may be influencing your life while you are unaware of them. Snakes in water symbolizes unconscious fears or the potential for emotional healing. In any case, such a dream could indicate strong emotional currents that may sway your course if their meaning is not acknowledged and understood. A dream about a snake in water symbolizes the connection with your emotions. Typically, the snake comes as a warning sign or a wake-up call about a situation that is potentially threatening and associated with strong feelings. If the snake swims peaceful in calm waters, it means that you're dealing with your emotions positively and with ease. If you dream about a snake that bites you while you're swimming, it could be interpreted as a warning to pay attention to your emotions before they strike and go out of control. Consider the type of water you or the snake swims in your dream, your reactions towards the snake, and the behavior of the animal to interpret what emotional mood is influencing your life right now. If you are comfortable in the water and the snake's behavior is friendly or neutral, it means that you are at peace with your emotions. The presence of the snake could indicate that you are healing emotional wounds or dealing with a situation that's potentially challenging with ease. The dream may also reflect your desire or hope to clear some worries with regards to a close relationship or a situation that touches you deeply. Even if you're dreaming of swimming with snakes and are afraid of them in the dream, you may be facing difficult emotions in your life, but are going with the flow and trying to deal with them. If you are struggling in the water or with the snake, it indicates that you are resisting feelings or a change in your waking life. Black snake dream. There are several possible meanings for black snake dreams. The most common dream interpretation is about dealing with dark emotions, such as sadness or depression. Black can also represent the unconscious or the unknown. The presence of the snake in a dream may point to significant changes that are taking place in your life. When interpreting your dream, it's important to remember that this symbol has both negative and positive connotations. Serpents symbolize threats and challenging situations, but also the emergence of new insights and transformation. Dreaming of that animal dressed in black denotes the quality of your mood in your waking life. The appearance of a black snake suggests that you are experiencing deep changes in your life and are involved, consciously or not, in a grieving process as you are leaving the past or old ideas behind. These changes may come with feelings of sadness, loss, depression. Black snakes in dreams are associated with the power of deep transformations that rise up from the unconscious as symbolized by the darkness. This animal may indicate that you are facing a lot of unknowns in your life, whether it's in a new relationship or taking on new responsibilities at work. Dreaming of a dark snake is likely a call to grow, transform, as you move from the unconscious and unknown to more awareness about yourself and what matters in your life. This black animal can also be a symbol of rejected aspects of the personality of the dreamer. The dream points to a dimension of yourself that has been avoided and need to be exposed and dealt with. The black snake suggests that you are dealing with unconscious drives and hidden desires that are disguised as temptations. Dreaming of a black snake is then a call to discover what is driving you and get in touch with deep longings that you may have ignored until now. If a black snake shows up in your dream, you may be facing a situation in your daily life that is perceived as a threat. It may be very challenging and you're avoiding it. The presence of the black snake points to the fact that you may be unaware of a threatening situation. Dream about snakes in bed. Dreaming about snakes on your bed might stir up strong emotions. At best, the scene is intriguing. At worst, the dream comes with disgust, anxiety, or fear. This wild creature can be interpreted as a symbol for your sense of privacy, intimacy, or the expression of your sexuality. Meanings for the snake dream are influenced by what the setting in which the dream takes place, your bed or bedroom, and what this place typically represents for you. Dreaming about snakes on a bed may refer to deep urges, especially connected to your sensual desire or sexuality. The snake is typically considered as a phallic symbol. This meaning is emphasized in a dream where snakes are in a bed. The snake dream could mean that you need to look within yourself to see how you relate with your own sexuality and its expression. Depending on what the snake looked like, you may interpret the dream as an indication of how you perceive your own sexual energy and desire. Is the snake colorful or dull? Does it move vigorously or is it slow? Is it big or small, aggressive or friendly? Your response will give additional clues to interpret your dream. Firstly, the classic meaning for dreams that take place in a bedroom, especially if your bed or bedroom is portrayed, is associated with intimacy. It could be intimacy with a partner or simply how you experience your own connection with yourself. Seeing a snake or several snakes in your bed bring this meaning forth even more strongly. Secondly, the bed or bedroom could symbolize your private sphere, a sense of your personal space or boundaries. To see snakes crawling in your bed in a dream denote insidious feelings that are creeping. Perhaps you have been avoiding looking at a sticky situation in your waking life and the dreams bring it to your attention. Snakes in a bed can refer to a situation in your life where your private space is being invaded and your boundaries not respected. In the dream, you may be surprised by the presence of the snake in your bed, just like you may not be fully aware that you are being bothered by a situation or someone close to you in your waking life. This type of snake dream relates to the need to look at guilt or an anxiety that is associated to the topics of private space or intimacy in general or in the context of your current relationship. If dreaming about snakes on your bed comes with a feeling of curiosity or fascination in the dream, this may mean that you are in the process of exploring new ways to express your own sexual or sensual life. This snake dream is a reminder of your own creativity and need to express deep, instinctual desires. If you dream of seeing snakes in someone else's bed, this could point to your desire or curiosity about someone who is close to you. It could mean that you would like to strengthen your current relationship or wish to renew it. The snake could also represent your ambivalence regarding the development of the relationship and the deepening of emotional and/or sexual intimacy. Snakes in a bed could indicate that you're feeling guilty about sexual or romantic feelings you've been having. Depending on the overall feeling in your dream, this may indicate that you are in the process of dealing with ambivalent emotions regarding your own sexuality or sexual desires towards a partner or potential partner. Dreaming about snakes in a bed may point to a need to acknowledge these feelings more fully and explore ways to express them more respectfully and harmoniously in your waking life. If a snake appears on your bed in a dream and you are not very afraid or not afraid at all, this may mean that you are involved in a healing process connected to your sexuality or a relationship with an intimate partner. The snake could be interpreted as a symbol of deeply rooted sexual energy or desire that is trying to be expressed more fully. The dream may indicate that you need to pay attention to sexual or romantic matters of importance to you and your intimate partner. Do you want to have more success and joy in your life? The best way to do this is by learning more about your name through numerology. It is a 4,000-year-old science that can help you learn the meaning of your name, because your name was no accident. All it takes is your name and date of birth. Click here to get your free personalized numerology reading. Dream about being chased by snakes. Dreaming of being chased by a snake typically brings about fear and anxiety. Whether or not you escape the wild animal that is pursuing you, such a dream means that there's a situation in your waking life that you find challenging and are trying to run away from. Being chased by a snake in your dream typically symbolizes a situation or a feeling in your waking life that is hard to deal with and you wish to avoid. When you are chased by a wild animal like a wild reptile, the overall feeling in the dream is often fear, worry, feeling caught, perhaps pushed around with not many options about where to go. A pertinent interpretation connects to a situation where you feel uncomfortable, vulnerable, that you are caught up in. The dream is likely a call to become more aware of what is going on in your life that is causing so much tension. It can also be a warning about a situation that feels unsafe or is threatening. Interpret the dream as an indication that you need to confront this issue or the feelings it activates in you more directly. A dream of being chased by a snake reveals the fear to confront one's own feeling or personal drive that may be seen as unacceptable or undesired. The snake could represent your own anger, some aggressivity towards another person that you are in fact turning against yourself instead of expressing more directly. The chase with the serpent could convey a feeling of vulnerability that you are experiencing in your life and that is hard to fully acknowledge. Instead of owning these feelings and dealing with them directly, the dream allows you to externalize or project them on a substitute element or image. In this case it's the snake. The snake that is chasing you is coming back at you to bring to your attention these matters that have been ignored or conveniently pushed out of your consciousness. Dead snake symbolism. The idea of snake spirit slithering into your life may not, at first, seem appealing. Many people have an aversion or fear of snakes. Nonetheless, the ancients around the world thought of snake as a symbol of life, change, and longevity. It is not unusual for folks to seek out snake symbolism and meaning when you need to heal or transform your life in some manner that improves the overall quality of living. Because the snake moves along the ground, many connect this creature to the earth's most primal energy and the force of creation itself. Additionally, the earth element aspect of snake reminds us to keep one foot on the ground even when exploring spiritual pursuits. There are underlying themes in snake symbolism and meaning, and one is definitely personal growth. Snakes shed their skin as they grow, so ask yourself, what do you need to shake off so you can expand your horizons? Snake speaks heavily of old, outmoded ways of thinking and living that will hold you back until you're ready for release. Once you do, the snake's metamorphosis process can begin within and without. The only caution is that the way in which you use your time and energy matters in this journey. Apply yourself to noble aspirations that provide balance and substance, and raise vibrational frequencies in your aura. Snake spirit is also a guide for spiritual renewal. If you're thinking of taking a new path but hesitate, snake supports your efforts. Snake may also warn of moving too fast into something that may not be right for you. Move slowly. In nature, the snake's tongue is one of the most developed sensory organs. It gathers a great deal of information quickly, so snake stays out of harm's way. Let that refined sense of smell direct you toward the best choice. Cobra Dream meaning. If the cobra is surrounding your body, then this dream is a direct interpretation of entrapment, which may be connected to a love affair. If you see a cobra snake in the countryside on the grass, river, or field, this dream indicates that somebody in your life is currently being disloyal, and that you need to be able to recognize it. If you are swallowed or eaten by a cobra snake, this shows that you have upset too many people around you at the moment, and it is time for you to seek space. To dream of many cobra snakes, it means that a person is going to make sure that you are displaced. To see a cobra snake in your dream often has a sexual significance. If you have a cobra snake around your body, this can show some type of entrapment and ongoing problems in a relationship. This can signify marital difficulties and divorce. Even though it may be a negative situation and cause problems, the feeling of happiness will return eventually. If you see a cobra on top of a dead body, this represents the sexual act of intercourse, but can also show control over your libido. If you see in your dream a dead body and a cobra or worm inside the corpse, according to Freud, this is directly associated with passion that has not been recognized in the waking life. If the cobra is on the floor performing, or on a carpet, this shows the bitterness and emptiness that you are currently feeling will soon pass. Dreaming of a cobra snake in the grass means that you are going to hear news that will upset you, and which involve frustration, regret and depression. If you are swallowed by a cobra, then this means you need to consider your reasons of thinking negatively, and you need to return to the real world and be content and happy. Black cobra in dream. To see the cobra snakes near you in a dream, or if you are handling a snake, this indicates you are going to have a strategy that would overcome obstacles. Noticing the cobras moving across you indicates that struggles are likely to develop in your life. If you kill a cobra, then you are going to have a great opportunity to advance yourself in respect to others around you. This is a positive dream in that you are going to overcome all obstacles that stand in your way. If you find yourself walking over cobras, then this indicates you are going to be able to change your own visions and destiny. If the cobra fights you, then influences in your life are going to take over affairs. These influences on the positive side of your life. If you step aside a cobra snake in order to let the cobra pass, this dream indicates that your efforts will help you overcome any obstacle that may stand in your way. If you dream that the cobra coils itself around you or other people, this means you are likely to be in a position of power in the future, but which will be taken away from you very quickly. If your dream involves seeing a cobra attacking another person, this foretells that a friend is going to hurt your feelings. If you see small cobras, then this is directly associated to joy in the future. If you see children playing with cobra snakes, or that you are playing with a snake, this dream indicates that you are going to be able to distinguish between enemies and true personalities in the future. If you hit a cobra, then you are likely to be able to overcome enemies that intend to do you harm. To see a cobra snake rising up in the air is a direct indication of conspiracy. Somebody is trying to be extremely brave in their life, and it is important that you recognize this action, so that you can congratulate the person for overcoming his anxieties. If you are hypnotized by a cobra, this indicates that your rights are going to be maintained. Snake bite dream. If you have a snake around your body and it bites you, this can show some type of entrapment and ongoing problems in a relationship. This can signify marital difficulties and divorce. Even though it may be a negative situation and cause problems, the feeling of happiness will return eventually. If you see a snake on top of a dead body biting it, this represents the sexual act of intercourse, but can also show control over your libido. If you see in your dream a dead body and a snake or worm inside the corpse biting it or eating it, according to Freud, this is directly associated with passion that has not been recognized in the waking life. Dreaming of a snake in the grass that jumps at you and bites you means that you are going to hear news that will upset you, and which involve frustration, regret and depression. If you are swallowed by a snake, then this means you need to consider your reasons of thinking negatively, and you need to return to the real world and be content and happy. If the snake is surrounding your body and keeps biting you, then this dream is a direct interpretation of entrapment, which may be connected to a love affair. If you are swallowed or eaten by a snake, this shows that you have upset too many people around you at the moment, and it is time for you to seek space. If the snake that bites you is poisonous, then this is a direct representation of your fear. To dream of a viper bite, it indicates that forces in your working life are threatening you. If you dream that the viper attacks you, then your enemies are going to encircle you in order to find your weak points, and they will try to ruin you. It is important that you recognize any problems with responsibility that you have. To dream of many snakes biting you, it means that a person is going to make sure that you are displaced. If the snake in your dream changes itself into another person, this can indicate that it is time to give up a bad habit. If the snake bites you and the bite is not fatal, then the dream relates to patterns that you have formed in your life. If the bite was fatal, then you have an enemy around you at the moment. To feed a snake and get bitten in the meantime means you have been undertaking hard work, and it is time to refresh your mind and think about what will make you feel all creative. Killing snake in dream. The details around your dream are important when understanding the meaning. If you have encountered any threat from the snake and then you killed that snake in your dream, then this is an indication that you are finding it difficult to cope with your subconscious mind. You may find in life everything is content and happy, but underneath there are some things that are concerning you. There are various factors that you need to consider when seeking an interpretation. Generally, the image of either a snake or serpent represents your power within. It is important to understand that this dream equals some kind of emotional storm in your life, normally, as mentioned in the opening sentences above, around relationships and energy. If you kill a snake, then you are going to have a great opportunity to advance yourself in respect to others around you. This is a positive dream in that you are going to overcome all obstacles that stand in your way. If you find yourself walking over snakes and killing them, then this indicates you are going to be able to change your own visions and destiny. Snakes can often reflect a situation that is currently in your life. Perhaps it is time that you face up to reality. If you find the snake cut in half and killed in your dream, this is an indication that you need to adapt better in social situations. The key message is that you can never be too nice. Consideration and respect for others is recommended. The color of the snake may also provide a clue to the interpretation in your dream. If you kill a baby snake in your dream, then this is a direct indication of your child light being killed. It is a symbol to show that it is time for you to act better with money. To dream of a boa constrictor generally indicates that stormy times are ahead, especially in the near future. If you kill the snake, then it is a positive dream, indicating that you can overcome any difficulties you face, and you have a strong character. If you kill more than 1 or 2 snakes, this indicates that you are in danger from enemies that wish to do you harm. Ensure that you are not cheated by someone you trust in the future. If you harm or get rid of all the snakes in your dream, this is an indication that you can overcome any hostile or difficult people in the future. If you walk over snakes without trying to kill them, it suggests that in the end the tables can be turned, and justice is going to run its course. What does dreaming about a snake bite mean? Here are several meaning definitions to help interpreting your dream. Dream meaning 1. Pay attention to something you've been ignoring. Dreaming of being bitten by this wild reptile can be interpreted as a painful reminder that you need to pay attention to a situation or relationship that has been challenging or difficult to deal with in your waking life. A snake biting you in a dream symbolizes your own guidance system or unconscious trying to get your attention through a wake-up call. You're becoming more aware about an issue or aspect of yourself that you've been ignoring. The snake bite has the effect of prompting a reaction on your part, whether it's pain, surprise, or fear. Often, the dreamer will wake up right after the snake bites her in the dream. The attack from the serpent can therefore point to the need to wake yourself up, in your life too, from a situation where you have been compromising too much. A dream of a snake bite reminds you that you need to resolve or come to terms with a situation or behavior that is paralyzing your ability to make a decision or move forward. Getting bitten by this wild creature is an invitation to examine what is currently poisonous in your life and to remedy it. Dream meaning 2. Meaning of the body part that is bitten by the snake. The dream interpretation will vary depending on what part of the body is being bitten. Consider the meaning you give to the part and how it related to what is challenged or needs to change in your waking life. For instance, a snake bite to the right hand means that you are conflicted about taking action or making the right choice in your life. It could suggest that you are preoccupied with acting in fairness or maintaining a healthy transparency in a relationship, whether it is intimate or related to work. Being bitten by a snake in the back could indicate that you need to pay attention to ill words or deceitful actions of people around you. It could also mean that you need to resolve issues from the past or concerns that you have been carrying with you for a long time. Dream meaning 3. You're holding back your wild, untamed side. When you dream of a snake biting you, the animal may reflect conflictual urges or desires you have in waking life and that are hard to grasp or control. Dreaming of a snake brings to your attention, through the image of this animal, to a part of you that you or possibly others consider as wild, untamed, perhaps even out of control. This inner conflict may have escaped your attention, or you may have seen it looming over you, just like the animal in the dream before it strikes. The fact the snake is biting you indicates that you are in the process of becoming more conscious of what you need to do to take control of a situation or matter that has been creeping in. Dream meaning 4. Transformation is painfully taking place in your life. The serpent is delivering the antidote to numbing yourself and avoiding what needs to be done to get to the next step in your life. The snake bite may point to a shift occurring in your awareness, a transformation. You are on the verge of becoming more aware about a matter that was previously hidden or avoided. This radical shift may be experienced in a painful manner at first, but will be beneficial in the long run. This wake-up call is part of your growth process. Dream meaning 5. Struggle with temptation. Dreaming of a snake biting you may represent the archetypal presence of temptation in your life. Just like the serpent in the Garden of Eden in the Judeo-Christian tradition, the animal in your dream could connect to a temptation, desire, or situation you feel conflicted about because of it does not fit in your usual beliefs or ethical values. The snake bite is a wake-up call to face whatever is causing tension, perhaps even challenge some of your core beliefs or values and get a fresh perspective. If you're bitten by a snake, problems are sure to come your way. It's either you succumb to evil influences, or your enemies will hurt you one way or another. If the dream snake bite involves someone being bitten while you watch, it could mean that you will injure or criticize a friend, pretend or otherwise. Under the situations, you will be the predator, not the prey. Just as you will wake up frightened, surprised, or hurt from a dream bitten by snake, you should consider your dream as a wake-up call. It is your subconscious trying to get your attention to deal with a difficult or paralyzing situation that you have been ignoring, so you can move forward. If you get bitten on the right hand, it means that you are facing a situation where you are conflicted about making the right decision, because it could lead to problems in your relationship or at work. That is, you are having trouble making a choice, because of the need to maintain fairness or transparency. If a snake bites you in the back, then you need to be on the lookout for people with malicious intent or those who want to deceive you. It could also mean past issues and concerns that you need to resolve, or be burdened by it for a long time. A snake dream can mean you're holding back your wild and untamed side. If the snake bites, then you could be in the process of bringing that side into your conscious mind. Snake bite delivers a venom that can first numb you before it kills you. In the same sense, a dream bitten by snake delivers the venom needed to numb yourself, so you can either avoid taking the next step or ease the pain of transformation. A snake dream interpretation can mean you're struggling with temptation, just like Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. It's a call to face whatever is challenging your values and beliefs. A snake bite dream can mean many things. This is why it is important that you make an effort to identify which part of your body is bitten, or whether it's you or someone else being bitten. This way, it will be easier to perform dream analysis snakes, although it pays to check a dream interpretation guide, or seek someone who is passionate about snake dream interpretation.